Welcome to the final episode of the epic beard series where I break down how to work with every beard length. It took a while, but we finally made it. Today we're tackling the caveman beard. I know, a lot of my bearded brothers out there with really long beards are gonna look at this beard and be like, oh no, that's not a caveman beard, that's a baby beard. Look, this is the longest that I can personally go while still feeling comfortable and feeling like I look good. Besides, the process is pretty much the same no matter how long your beard is from here on out. An unpopular opinion, but I love this beard length. I just think it's super masculine, but be aware, I don't think it's for everyone. If you can't grow a very full beard, I would stay away from this one, guys. I just think you need that density to make it look good. If you have a very thin beard, it's gonna end up looking very wispy, and yeah, you want this beard to make you look like you ooze the smell of testosterone, not the smell of Cheetos. To keep the beard in tip-top shape, you're gonna need the right tool for the job. And as always, I recommend the one and only Brio Beardscape. No, seriously, when you have a beard this long, you've been growing it out for months, and having the wrong tool that causes you to make a small slip-up is months of progress and growth down the drain. The Brio Beardscape has a ceramic blade that just slices through hair so effortlessly. If you've watched the previous episodes, then you already know that the Brio comes with several guards, the whole range, and now even with the option of magnetic guards, making it easier and quicker to swap guards. Not just guards though, you can also swap blades. There's a zero blade if you like going close to the skin but not actually shaving, and there's even a body blade if you don't like using the same blade on your body as your face. To start off, try and brush down your beard. It always helps if you have a bristle brush. We're not going to be using any guards for this beard trim as we don't want to get rid of any beard density. We're going to be doing the beard in segments, starting with the sides. Brush the sides back towards your ears. This is the excess that is usually causing your face to round, but we don't want a round face. We want it to look sharp, so we're going to trim a nice line down the side. We're not trying to remove length, but we do need to even out the beard, so some length is inevitably going to be lost. Finding the neckline can be a little bit tricky. The longer the beard, the lower down the neckline. At this length, I always tilt my head back and draw a line directly into just above my Adam's apple. This original line into just above my Adam's apple is the marker, and I'll create a straight line from my point of view from side to side. Be really careful not to cut into the beard shelf. If you do, you're gonna lose some density. We're gonna shave it later, but at this point I took the opportunity to shave the hairs from my neck so that I could see what I was doing more clearly. As you can see, the outside lines around my beard are pretty much done, but at different angles, you can still see my beard ballooning up and away. So we need to take care of that. This is where practice and technique are really important. For a moment, forget that you're trimming a beard. I want you to imagine that you're a gardener and in front of you is a bush. Your job is to trim it into a beautiful shape. This is a really delicate process and it's not the easiest thing to do on yourself. It's essential to have good lighting, and I like to use what I call the hover hand technique. You're essentially gonna hold your head against the light in several different positions and see where the light shines through, where there's a lack of density. You're then just gonna hover or like float with the beard trimmer and cut off those ends just a little bit until you see there's a little bit more density and shape. This is probably gonna take you a while, especially if you're not used to it, but just take your time, try your very best not to mess this up, and make sure that both sides match and are looking roughly the same. You can see now that I've done one side, and when you compare one side to the other, just look at that difference. One side is looking nice and shaped, and the other side is like ballooning upwards. It definitely looks weird, but if you keep changing the position of your head, you'll keep seeing new hairs that need to get cut off, and eventually you'll be pretty happy with the result. Once you're happy with the shape of your beard, we're gonna move on to creating the cheek line. You're gonna have to brush down everything that you have near the cheek line, the hairs around your cheeks and your mustache. And then it's as simple as grabbing the trimmer and drawing a cheek line as high as the density of your beard allows for. Take your time with it, make sure it's roughly the same on both sides, and then it's time to move on to the mustache. I was pretty happy with the mustache overall, I just wanted it to have a little touch up. Typically I like to recommend using the lip line as a guide. Lightly just glide the trimmer with the lip line. Also, my ends were just a little bit too long, so I just eyeballed it and just cut off a tiny bit from the ends. You can decide whether or not you want to keep yours long. And of course, just like with the rest of the beard, I like using the hover hand technique just to shape it a little bit more. And we're done with the trimmer. If you're interested in trying the Brio Beardscape, then make sure to check out the link in the description or pinned comment below. As I've said in all the other videos, this step is optional, but if you want the cleanest result possible, then you gotta shave your cheeks and your neck. You can use any method you prefer. I personally like to use a safety razor. For more information on shaving, make sure to check out episode 1. And whilst you're at it, why not just check out the whole series? Finish up with your favorite aftershave. Mine is tallow based, and voila, this caveman beard isn't looking too bad. What do you guys want to see next? Thank you guys for watching this series, and thank you once again to Brio for supporting the epic beard series.